get in there, Donna? Holy shit. I just turned the live on. You're already in there.
Hi, Miss Donna.
That was quick. Like 1 second in, poof, Donna was there.
Just waiting.
I did not take her any time at all. Squirrel's there too now.
Hi, Squirrel.
They were waiting for you.
Oh my goodness, I'm just like anybody else. I mean, we all only human.
You have to speak up a little bit because I have the fan on.
Oh, well, if they can't hear me, I'm sure they'll. I'm just like anybody else. I'm not used to talking loud.
Can you guys hear her good? I can turn the fan off, but I don't really want to. I said it got really hot in that last live. I turned it off so they could hear better. But it got real hot. Yeah, they can hear you.
Good. So, what have you guys been up to for the week? It's been pretty,
Don't tell me stories yet.
I won't.
About 3 minutes before people start coming in. It takes a little bit of my life for some reason.
I've had some things happen this week that's really odd. You know, so like Danny said, I won't go into it.
We will here in a minute.
I did do what I said I'd do on my last live. I did look into the John Bonet case. So I'll update you guys on that. Every time I think about that little girl, it just breaks my heart. Absolutely breaks my heart. But yeah, I kept up with her for
You can go ahead and talk about that now if you want.
You know, so actually, to tell you the truth, there wasn't too much new information out, but an investigator had taken over her case, like, I think it was like, now don't quote me because, you know, but I think he had took over her case for the last 15 years, and he passed away. Which is really sad because he really wanted to find out.
That the brother did it?
Who killed her? I mean, you know, when it's children, we all wonder. But this just for some reason struck a chord in me when it happened. And it's something I've kept up with for 30 years. If something new comes out on John Bonet, I'm there. It may take me a week, but I get in there and I research it and see what's going on. Now, we've all been told through the years that there wasn't much DNA on John Bonet. But it just came out recently that they want somebody to take over the DNA from the police and take over the case because they think the murderer has been there all the time and the police just didn't think it was a priority, so they just pushed to the side and let it go.
I've always thought John Bonet's killer was the brother.
When I listened to this information that just recently came out, it kind of, how do I say it? It kind of fumbled my mind because it's completely the opposite of everything we knew.
Well, they covered it up because that family is rich. Like extremely rich.
Yes, the Ramsey.
So they were able to cover up a lot of shit.
Rich. Would I say for sure now that Burke did it? I'm kind of iffy.
I think he did.
I'm kind of real iffy there anymore. I think it could have possibly been somebody got in. Because they left their doors unlocked and everything else, you know, so possibly. Now, I'm not saying for sure, but possibly.
The person would have had to come in
Somebody could have came in.
while they were in the house with them and then grab her and do that. The odds are zero that happened.
But
Bert did it.
The thing that really got me is they had all the police there in this home.
And the father found her?
And nobody checked the basement rooms. Nobody, not even the cops. I'm like, are you serious?
That part of the story has always bothered me. It's like,
you send out investigators with your officers.
Why didn't they search the whole house?
How in the world did you not search the basement room?
Where's Ashley at?
How? You know? But and it is kind of odd, like Danny says.
Will gave us $1.99 and he said, "Hi, Mom, Anna."
Oh, hi. How are you? Thank you for your donation. It does help Danny keep his lives going. And
I don't need donations, though, guys. I appreciate them when I get them, but I don't do YouTube to make a living. But I do appreciate it, though. I do definitely appreciate it.
Because, you know, you never know when something's going to happen. You know, something unexpected or something. So thank you very much to anybody who's donated. Let me just say, we appreciate it.
Yes, I do appreciate it.
And it does help keep things going, whether people believe it or not. Danny,
the things I do on this channel for you guys, like the colorings and stuff, that stuff's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
Opening cards, like, it's not cheap, but I don't ask for your money. But I appreciate it when you send me some. Because everybody's having a hard time right now. So I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. But Squirrel put, I don't know about an outsider. I believe the mother's writing matched the ransom note, and then she put, because they probably already know she was there because the dad found her. The cops already knew she was there because the dad found her. The cops probably knew the family.
Well, what had happened is the dad apparently found her and disturbed it. This is what happened. He disturbed the area that she was in.
Just a second. Well, I already ate. I ate real quick in between the two lives. Okay, go ahead.
What it was, and you could be right, Squirrel, because the father found her, picked her up, and took her upstairs. Now, who would do that? I don't know how I would react. If it was my child, I would probably get in the middle of the floor and hug my child. Because
that's different than taking them away from the whole scene.
I'm sorry, you guys, I would do that. As a mother, if I found my child dead, even to this day, I would get down on the floor and hug my child. But he went even further. He picked her up and took her upstairs and laid her in the floor. Why would you do that?
Smiley said hi.
Hi, Smiley.
We're talking about the John Bonet case, which is, I want to say 32 years. I was 8 years old.
It's 30 years old.
I think I was around 12 years old then when this case happened. So
it's just something I have followed and stuck with me.
Yeah, and these lives, guys, because I know there's a couple of new people here that's never been in a live with my mom. We just talk about random stuff. So if you want to talk about something, post it in the comments and we'll start talking about it.
Absolutely. We'll
random talk and the mom lives.
But what I wanted you guys to know, that I did find out in the John Bonet case, and I can't remember the investigator's name that passed away, but he worked on it really hard. And he had also done a update on what are they called when they do them on TV?
Cold cases?
Yeah, cold case reinvestigation. And you could probably find him on there. And like I said, his name is slipping my mind right now. Because I do think about a lot of stuff Danny tells me, a lot of stuff I go through, a lot of stuff my grandkids tell me. Yeah, it's all jumbled up in my mind. But I did want you guys to know the two daughters of the investigator who passed, who really wanted to get to the bottom of John Bonet. I mean, really wanted it bad to get to the bottom of it.
Is Ashley still not here?
His daughters took over it. And I did hear through the grapevine that it is on YouTube. So I don't know how you would look that up. Maybe under the John Bonet case, or
yeah, you just have to put John Bonet. Somebody will pop up, I'm sure.
But the girls, the daughters, are needing somebody to back them that's on the higher up to redo the DNA and all of that.
They're supposed to redo. They were supposed to do the DNA last year, so
that's what this was supposed to have been an update about.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen, you guys.
I don't know if I could do it.
Sometimes I think it's a cover-up.
I don't know if I could do it, Squirrel. Like if my kid was, hopefully I'd never have to deal with that. But Squirrel, but as hard as it would be if I found my son like that, I wouldn't touch nothing. Don't want to compromise the evidence. I don't know if I could do it. Like if one of my kids were like that, I get that it would compromise things, but I don't know if I could not compromise things. And then Squirrel said Ashley's probably, because I asked where Ashley was because she hasn't popped up yet, and Squirrel said she's probably out feeding her pigs.
Thank you, Squirrel, for that update.
She doesn't have any pigs. Ashley hates pigs.
I know she don't. I want you guys all to know I have my ginger coffee with me.
I don't remember where John Bonet's, what town do they live in?
Oh my gosh, you know, and I've been following it.
I don't remember what state they were in. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
You might want to look it up.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's slipping my mind, and like I said, I followed this, but it's slipping my mind.
She's saying Colorado. Wasn't it Colorado? That does sound familiar. John Bonet. I probably spelled it. No, I spelled it right. Okay.
I know this is. Someone's coming with holes in their bridges.
It was. Well.
I want to say Denver, not Denver.
It was in Colorado.
I want to say it
was Colorado.
Colorado.
Okay. Real close. Yeah, Colorado is where it was.
Yes, and it happened on Christmas.
In 1996.
Yes. It's been going on.
Oh no, that's the house. It's been longer than that. I think it was in like.
It was 30 years ago.
Yeah, it was 96, December 25th, 1996. So that's 27 years ago, right? Yeah, 4 years would be 2000. Yeah, 27 years ago.
It's just, I just wanted you guys to know that if you did want to keep up with John Bonet, because I do, you know, that my sisters think.
Hey, Ashley.
That the daughters have took over it, and they are on YouTube. Check it out.
I'll have to find them and
see what you think about them. They want somebody new, and
she's talking to me, Wanda.
And away from the police station and everything, they want somebody to privately take over the DNA from John Benet's case. So apparently, you guys, we've always been told there wasn't much DNA.
Ashley said hi.
Hi, Miss Ashley. There has to be more DNA
Then they told us, yeah.
than what they have told us.
In order to keep...
By the reading that I just read up on this, and I went to a couple of different sources, and there had to have been more DNA than what they, if you remember correctly, they said she had DNA in her underwear, and then they blamed it on being her cousin's or somebody's underwear, and I mean, just, they came up with all kinds of bull crap to keep people from thinking the truth. If you're not going to do your job right as an investigator and a police officer, get out of the business.
Kathy said hi.
Hi, Kathy.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, because I've seen a few of you just popped in, we're talking about the John Benet case. At the moment. We'll switch subjects multiple times in this live.
Oh, yeah, but I just wanted you guys to know that I did look into it like I said I would. Apparently, like I said, there was more DNA than we were ever told about. More than we were told about, because if they can still
they made
test
it seem like it was nothing at first, like they just
like
barely had enough to test it just a little bit, and then now they have enough 27 years later to test it again.
You can't grow somebody's DNA
to test it again.
I mean,
so I mean that means there's way more than they said it previously that there was.
And they're privately asking for somebody to step up, a company to step up and redo the DNA testing.
Exactly, Kathy. Kathy put, so that's an interesting case. Money talks, big cover-up.
You know, I think there's a cover-up too. I really think they know who did it.
I'm going to stick 1,000%. I think the brother did it. I've always thought the brother did it. I'm not going to change my mind. I think the brother did it, and the mother and father covered it up.
I'm really stumped because John Benet had pineapple in her stomach that had not digested, which was Bert's.
Yeah, it was Bert's snack that John Benet was eating. And she died right after eating Bert's snack.
And it just, it makes you stop and wonder, you know, could a 9-year-old child do this? But
it happens all the time.
Yeah, you hear all the time of children killing their parents,
or
children
their
killing
friends,
their siblings.
It happens. It's crazy. It happens all the time. And Kathy
like
thinks it's the brother too.
5 or 6 years old, you know.
So who do you guys think it is? The brother, the mother, the father, or some random person? Who do you guys think? Let's see what they say.
I'd like to see new eyes look at it. Because when you have new eyes looking at a case, you guys were all guilty of this.
You were a baby when this case happened, Donna.
There were things that happened and that they show you and stuff, but yet at the time you don't think about it. You know, so you'll miss something in a case. Everybody does it.
Yeah.
Even investigators miss a lot of stuff right in front of their face. You know, because they'll say, oh, that don't matter, or that has nothing to do with it, or whatever. So the opening, please, if anybody out there is listening and you have affiliations with a DNA testing place or something, please step up. They need help. They need new eyes to look at this. Because that little girl, just like any other human being,
that case is never going to be solved.
Deserves to rest in peace.
Yeah, I don't think that case will ever be solved, but Squirrel put, I think the brother did it because he was angry. Dad staged your body and Mom wrote the note. Then Kathy put, I think the brother is autistic as well. And
You know, he's always smiling. And I did watch his interview on Phil Donahue. I don't know, not Phil Donahue, but who said Dr. Phil? I said Phil Donahue. I'm going way back, you guys.
You're going way back.
But on Dr. Phil. And I don't care for Dr. Phil at all. Now, I'm sorry, you guys, you may blast me, and I'm cool with that. But that man there's something about him that just hurts me. It gets under my skin.
Hit that like
but
button.
When I watched Burke doing the interview, and they came up with all these excuses about why he smiles all the time, and I'm like, thinking in my own head, you know, how could you smile about that? That's your sister. That's your sibling. She was murdered. I mean, how do you... But they say it has something to do with his nervous system, and that's why he smiles all the time about it. Which could very well be, but...
Okay, I've got a lot to catch up, so give me just a second. Smiley, I think this is a different case that Smiley's talking about. It says, I've seen a Criminal Minds episode where the brother killed his siblings and parents tried to cover it up. And then Ashley put, I looked up a couple of screenshots of Gobble's video on Robert laughing out loud. They were funny. I don't follow any of it anyways. That's what Donna said because she doesn't know the case. And then Squirrel put, because, man, my eye got blurred. Because the way she was found, her brothers more than likely wouldn't have known to mess with her underwear, and Mom wouldn't have left her in the position, just saying. And then
See, I don't think the mom would have either. I think the mom would have been like me. She'd have got down on the floor and hugged her child. I do think that about Petsy because she loved John Bonet. She wanted John Bonet to be everything that she wasn't. Now, did you guys get that? She wanted her little girl to be everything that she wasn't.
Exactly. Will put, I've seen the parents on a live, then I heard a connection to someone from some rich S cult, which is sex cult, snuck in, but big people in the government was in the cult. They didn't want the name. I say no more.
You know,
there's been a lot of different people that's been
anything
talked about in this case for sure.
Yes.
Like there was a guy that dressed like Santa Claus.
The next door neighbor.
That was the neighbor, and he goes around and does Santa Claus every year. He's been rumored to be one of the people that could have done it.
Yes. There was also and this gentleman just recently died, but back when this was going on, he was a trailman, which means he rode the trails on the railroad track. Yeah. Is what he was. A transient trail rider. However you guys want to think about it. He was always on the trail. Yeah. And that means on the tracks, moving from town to town to town. And they said he did it. Well, he just recently died, and the DNA didn't match him.
Yeah, it wasn't him. I'm just saying he was one of the people.
Then
he was the first he was the first one that they really went after the most. Yeah. Was the guy that... Because
he stayed in the woods.
Stayed next door, yeah.
And stayed by the railroad tracks, and, they go after people like that first. And, then people are just like you and I. I mean, some of them are mean and hateful and do things they shouldn't, and some of them are just, like us. They got a bad deal and they just happen to be on the street. Doesn't make you guilty of anything.
I don't think any of that kind of stuff happened with this story, Rhonda.
What?
Let me read Squirrel's first, then we'll read Rhonda's.
Okay.
This Squirrel put, if he is autistic, You never mess with an autistic kid's food unless you're willing to share it with you. She's more than likely did hug her when she found her. I remember a phone call where you could hear her mom screaming, "What did you do?"
I think she did.
And then Rhonda.
You're right there. I don't know who said that.
Squirrel.
But I really do think that she hugged her.
And then Rhonda put, "I'm a survivor of satanic ritual abuse, so I'm going to sit that one out." See, I don't think any of that stuff happened with this case.
But you never know.
But I don't think it did. Like, there's never been any talk of that being involved in this case.
There hasn't. And like I said, I followed this one closely, and there hasn't been any talk about that. God bless you for surviving. I mean, who said that?
Rhonda.
Rhonda, God bless you for surviving that. I mean, bless your heart.
Okay.
I'm glad you're still with us.
So, Mom's going to we're going to jump to a new subject now. She's going to tell you her new ghost story that's been happening for, a couple days?
Oh my gosh.
So, Ashley loves to go, let me explain why stuff like that happens here first. If you don't believe in ghosts, that's your prerogative. You don't have to believe in ghosts. There are ghosts. In my opinion, they're ghosts. I've seen enough to know there's ghosts. But where we live, one of the big wars, it was the Civil War, right? Yeah, the Civil War between the Confederate and the Union fought over the railroad tracks that are 100 foot from my house, and they battled across the railroad tracks to try to take the railroad tracks, because you want to control the railroad tracks during the war, because that was the fastest way to travel at the time.
And it was the best way to get the stuff you needed for your
more than likely, a lot of people died on my property back then.
Yeah.
So that's why we think there's nothing like, we don't see stuff moving or shit there's no evil. It's just weird things happen.
Yes. Yeah.
I just wanted to explain that before she gets into this because there's a lot of new people in here to understand why stuff's kind of happened in here quite often. All right, go ahead.
It does. Okay, so my grandson Keenan went home Sunday, and I don't like it when he goes home. But
Keenan is mine and Bumblebee's son, if you guys don't know.
My grandson Keenan, he went home Sunday, and I was sitting in the front room like I do, and I hear this ding, and then a zzz, and I'm like, what the crap? There was a timer that just went off, and then it sounded like it shorted out. And I just sat there, and I was like,
Go outside?
no, leave him.
The foxes. There's 2 foxes out there. Oh, see them right there in the road? Oh, they took out. There's 3 foxes.
Wow, it had babies.
3 foxes out there. Okay, I just want to make sure the dog was out. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
But I heard this. Well, Danny came in a little bit, because we try not to bother each other in the house. We try to give everybody their space. And so Danny came in, and I said, Danny, I just heard something. It sounded like a timer went off, and then something shorted out. And I said, we need to keep an eye to make sure that nothing shorted out, So that was Sunday. Okay. So Monday comes along.
Can you guys hear real good? Because I can turn my fan off. I don't really want to. But if you guys are having a hard time hearing her, let me know. Go ahead.
So one day I'm sitting in there and it's nighttime. And I hear this timer go off again. And then a zzz, like something shorted out again. I was like, looking around, you know, you get up and you look at things to make sure nothing's on fire, and I couldn't find anything. I looked at the TV, I looked at the tower to the internet, I looked at plugins, I looked at everything to see. Well, so Danny and Brianna's getting ready to go to town yesterday. Now this is really weird, you guys, but I'm telling you the truth. Like, okay, yesterday it would have been three and a half days. Because I told Danny and Brianna yesterday, today makes the 4th day. But I've been smelling the strong odor of onion. And I know that sounds stupid and far-fetched. And I told Danny and Brianna about it yesterday. I said, oh my gosh, there's such a strong odor of onion in here.
So I thought because we take our onions and they're in a bag on the kitchen table. So I was like, well, maybe one of the onions on the kitchen table went bad and it's making a bad smell. So I went in and checked the onions. There was no smell coming from the onion bags, so it wasn't that.
So last night, after Danny and Brianna came back, and I'm sitting in the front room, you know, by myself, and I watched that 70s show. I watch funny stuff. But I'm sitting there,
oh, shit,
and I have the light out. And I'm not kidding you guys. I hear this whine. I mean, just loud whine. And I looked over and I'm like, Cola? Cola, are you alright? I go over to the
Cola's
chair.
her dog, for you people that don't know.
I go over to the chair. He's sound asleep. I go and I sit back down. As soon as I sat down again, I hear this whine again. And I told Danny about it today. I said, Danny, I thought my dog was losing it, or, you know, sometimes dogs have dreams and stuff and they'll make noises. No, this was a whine. Like he was in pain and all this, and I thought it was my dog. I went over the second time, picked my dog up, and was holding him, and Cola was mad at me because he didn't want to get off the chair because he didn't want to get up. You know, but you automatically, when you hear a whine like that, it's either a child, an animal that's been hurt, or an animal that is hurt. There was nothing, you guys. Nothing. And when I got up today, I don't know, I don't remember if I told Danny or not. I don't think I did. But that smell of strong onion is still in the house.
I don't smell it, so. But.
You know, well, a lot of people don't understand, and even Danny doesn't, or Brianna. But if you're involved in the medical, you'll understand this. I was diagnosed with peripheral smelling, which means my smelling is better than most human beings. I can smell better than most of us on this earth. And I was diagnosed with that. So I can smell things. If I tell you I smell something, you can bet your sweet butt I smell it. I mean, why would I lie about it? Of all things, an onion smell. If you're going to lie about something, lie about somebody took a crap or something like that, you know, but an onion smell? Who's going to make that up?
Ashley put, Mom, the other night my TV came on full blast while she was asleep.
Whoa.
And then Smiley
Ashley, have you ever smelled an odor or anything when any of this stuff happens?
Okay. Smiley put, there was something flying across Ryan's video this morning, and the unknown scared the poop out of me. Ryan lives in Ghost Ranch. That place that he lives at there's videos, like go on YouTube and put Ghost Ranch. There are videos of things happening where Ryan lives. He bought the property for that reason, because it has a history of ghosts being there. That was Cola. He has a history of ghosts being there, and I seen some orbs in that video that we watched just on the last live. There were some orbs in it for sure. I always say demons. I seen something, or I was set up really good.
You know, you guys, and I tell you this all the time and if none of you that are on, if you don't believe in it, or somebody that listens later.
Donna said Cola's her buddy.
Oh, Cola misses you. So do I. But if you're not open to ghosts, I'm okay with that. You know?
I don't think everybody here seems to be okay with it.
You know, a lot of people don't believe in it. But you guys.
But Smiley said it freaks her out.
It does.
This freaks me out, laughing out loud.
Stuff like this. You know,
it doesn't freak me out. It happens so often it doesn't bother me anymore.
But what you have to be is open to it. And I'm not saying open up your skin or anything like that. I'm not saying that. You have to be open to things can be there that you don't know nothing about. There could be another dimension that you don't know nothing about.
We don't know.
You know, you have to be open a lot of times, because my ex-husband, which was Danny's dad, and I've told you guys this before, he believed in ghosts, but he didn't think we had one at our house. And this is when we lived out in Stanton. And believe you me, he believed it the night he seen the guy in the field with the lantern. You know, he didn't call me a liar no more. And when the phone rang and we didn't have a phone.
You told this story lots of times. Ashley put, some smells they say are a sign of evil. I'm not sure what they are, but I can look it up.
Okay.
And then Will put, Eiffel, sniffer, picker, upper, mom's, laughing out loud. I don't know what that means. Okay.
You must be talking about my peripheral smell.
Oh, yeah, that is what he's talking about. Okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah. I really do have it, you guys.
Ashley puts, yes, sometimes I smell something like rotten meat.
Ooh.
He fixed it. He put quicker, sniffer, picker, upper. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I can get around. Now, even my granddaughter, she puts on her perfume, and I'm telling you, it gags me, you guys. It absolutely, and she only gives one spray, but my smelling is so good, it absolutely gags me and almost makes me sick.
She doesn't do one spray. She does 75 sprays. I can smell it in my room, and my room's in the back of the house.
She about...
That motherfucker's flying. Holy shit. Stupid fucking idiots. So there's lots of kids down here. It pisses me off when people are driving like idiots.
In the summertime, they come down and they just...
The kids
they drive these back roads, and they're stupid and crazy because we have no cops.
But the thing is, we do in the summer. Like, there's cops down here every day.
We have state troopers.
Yeah, they're here. They're here now. It's summer. In the winter, there's no cops here. In the summer, there's cops here.
Right.
But Donna said, Anna, tell the new people our ghost story we had that one night when we both heard someone say "mom."
I don't know who that was, Donna. I know we both answered. Uh, we were sitting in the front room, and I think you and I were watching the Golden Girls because we love the Golden Girls, but Donna and I was sitting in the front room. I'm not going to swear that's what we were watching, but we were in the front room, and because sometimes Donna would be back here with Danny, then she'd go in Brianne's room, then she'll come in where I am, and just share time and stuff, and talk and gossip, and we all do it, but yeah, Donna and I was both sitting there, and all of a sudden we both heard, "Mom." And I looked at her, and Donna looked at me, and said, "I don't know." And then we heard it again, "Mom." Well, we both answered, because we didn't know who was saying it, but it was plain as day. And there wasn't anybody here. Wasn't anybody here. Now, I don't know if I left something out, Donna. You can put it in the comments if I did, but yeah, that really happened to Donna and I. And the first time we both just looked at each other.
She said it was coming from the kitchen.
But the second time, we both answered. And then nobody said nothing. So I don't know if they wanted mine and Donna's attention. I don't know if it was a child who had maybe thought they had come into their house and they were hollering for Mom, because kids do that every day.
Donna's my ex-wife.
But it was weird. It was a very weird thing that happened, and like I said, Donna and I didn't answer the first time, and the second time we both answered at the same time. What? So yeah, things do happen, you guys. I'm sure that you've been by yourself, and sometimes, and this is going to sound funny, but this is truthful, you'll be by yourself in a room or in the house, you'll be by yourself, and you swear you hear somebody talking to you, and then you think, oh, I just thought that up, because it's, in my head, I just thought that, but you know what, guys? Sometimes ghosts talk. I don't know how they manage to do it, but they do.
We have our times where we don't get along. Like me and Donna have our times where we don't get along.
Donna and I's had arguments, guys, but I love her to pieces. I do.
We usually get over it, though.
I love Donna to pieces.
We're usually friendly to each other, but we have our times. We'll put all through history, it's talked about, and many say as demons. And if I had fourth sight, scientists even say we could see them if we just need 4D glasses, laughing out loud. I see them without, like I can take my glasses off, and if there's a ghost walking, I can see it. Like, I see it, like when we first moved here, we were here for what, 3 weeks? 3 weeks. And me and Mom were sitting in the front room, because I had my computer desk in the front room at the time. All the computer stuff was in the front room. I moved it into my bedroom. But at the time, we're sitting in there, and all of a sudden, from the back of the house, we hear this. I'm like, what the?
Oh my gosh!
I thought like somebody's tire went out or some loud noise. And I'm like, I looked at Mom, but I didn't say anything. And all of a sudden, it kept coming through the house. And then it got to the freaking front room where we're sitting, and everything in the front room was like glowing.
Yes.
And then it just went out the front door.
Yep.
And we had this front door shut at this time. And me and Mom, I looked at my mom, and she looked at me, and she's like, "Did you see that?" I was like,
it sounded like a tornado going through the house.
It was like, it just went through the house, like a windstorm went through the house.
Yes.
And
there's no way.
All the doors in the house were shut, all the windows were shut, nothing was open, And it went directly through the middle of the house.
And it was like a tornado went through the house.
Yeah, when it got to the front room, if there was papers, it blew them.
Yes. Yes. And
it was crazy.
We didn't know what to think. You know, I looked at Danny and I said, like he said, did you see that? Did you hear that? Because I didn't know if he had heard it, and he didn't know if I had heard it, but there's no way you could have missed it. I mean, it was weird. It was just, that's the first time I ever had a wind to go through the house like a tornado and actually pick things up and rustle them around. So yeah, that was a very strange thing to happen.
To me, that was the strangest thing to happen here up until like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, like I come out of my bathroom's over behind you guys, like not this door, but the door. It'd be directly behind, the opposite of this way. It's that way, and I come out of the bathroom, and I got to walk around my desk to come over here to the seat. And I've seen shadows all my life, so shadows don't bother me. It's like, oh, it's just a shadow. People see shadows. Like, you'll see a shadow out of the corner of your eye. Most people don't even think about it after a while.
I think it was Squirrel who said one went, when I was doing a live, one went right behind me.
I don't think that was Squirrel. I think maybe it might have been. But anyways, I walk out of the bathroom, and I've never seen a shadow so freaking clear in my whole freaking life. This thing was walking like, you've seen the side view of it, walk along the wall over there, and disappear through my freaking, through my door over here. I was like, I stopped for a second. I was like, because it was a guy, a long-haired guy, and you could see the side of his face and his whole body, but walking sideways along the wall over there.
And you don't.
And I was like, I've seen shadows a million times, millions of times, but I've never seen a shadow this freaking clear, ever. And my daughter's like, why didn't you? Didn't the camera catch it? I was like, no, because the camera's up there, and it
came down this.
It came down that wall where their camera doesn't shine at.
So yeah, it was like, and when Danny told me
I went straight in there.
Totally
like, as soon as it happened, I went straight in there. I told Mom, I was like, "You're not going to believe what I just seen."
I mean,
it didn't freak me out. It's just
he was so excited.
I thought it was cool as hell. I was like, I actually seen the whole, like I seen what it was.
That it was a man.
It was a long-haired man.
You see his nose. I mean, come on.
I just thought it was cool. Like, to me, it was cool.
And a lot of people, like I said, they don't believe in this stuff. But if you're
how's it going, Justice?
What's going on around you?
Justice said hi.
Hi, Justice. If you're open to what's going on around you, you guys, you'll notice a lot of things that are weird. And sometimes, do you ever lay something down somewhere? You know you put it there. You know you put it there.
I actually said something a minute ago and I lost it.
And you go to get it at the same spot and it's gone and it's over here. Come on now, that's happened to a lot of us.
Ashley put, or be asleep and feel someone sit down on the bed the end of your bed. Like, I've had that happen where I feel something sit down with me.
Yep.
But there's nothing there to sit down with me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever felt it on my bed, but like on a couch or even in my car once I felt like something touched me in my car.
Well, see, I'll be sitting in the front room and I sit on Danny and Johnny.
Ashley wants to know if you've been finding dirty dishes.
You know, I haven't found any in a while, but like a week ago, and Danny can testify to this too. We were both in the kitchen cooking together. And you guys, he knew how many spoons he used. I knew how many I used. Every spoon in the drawer was in the sink. Every one of them. There's no way when we're cooking that we use all of our big tablespoons. There's no way. Every single one of them, remember, was in the sink. Every one of them.
We had like 30.
They were all in the sink. How in the world they got in the sink, I'll never know. And
you know
like
what?
I said, we cook together. Danny will start cooking and I'll finish. Or I'll start it and Danny finishes.
The crazy thing is, though, I haven't.
But yeah, the silverware is weird.
I have a freaking camera that goes from the dining room to the front door of the house. That way, when I'm back
all
here,
the way through.
That way, when I'm back here, because my mom and my daughter are usually up at the front of the house, I can at least see the door from back here.
There's no doors.
So I can see the door through the house. So it goes through my dining room, my kitchen, and in the front room, and I can see the front door. So that if somebody does come in, I can get up and move quickly to see what the fuck.
Right.
And never one time has the camera caught any of the dishes being taken out of the drawer and put in the sink.
But the silverware.
But it happens all the time.
The silverware is just such an uncanny, shocking thing because I'm like, why silverware? Is there a meaning here that Danny and I aren't catching on to? Why is it always the big tablespoon? And like I said, they were all in the sink.
Almost every place that Danny and I lived at have had ghosts. Yeah, pretty much. I think if you believe in it, you'll see it. If you don't believe in it, you won't see it.
That's true. You have to be open.
Like I have a feeling. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. You guys can have your own opinion.
And we welcome that.
I think two things happen when you die. Two theory. My theory. This is my theory. You have your own theory. When you die, one of two things happen, and you get to pick one of the two things. I have a feeling. This is just my own theory, though, guys. Everybody says when you die, you see the light. Well, I have a feeling if you go to the light when you die, you're being born back into this world. You're coming back as something else. Like another kid, and you're coming back as a kid again. Or you can stay there as a ghost and live in that world as probably your normal look, but in a different world. And that world runs right next to our timeline.
In a different dimension.
That's why sometimes you see stuff that ain't there because they're running so close together that's why you see a ghost walk through your house, or a shadow out of the corner of your eye, or a car that was behind you and you know it was behind you and you've seen it behind you, but all of a sudden it's not behind you anymore.
Or in front of you.
And so I just think the time moves really close together. Just my own theory. You don't have to believe it. It's just my theory of what happens. Well, let's catch up. We're way behind. That's to Ashley. Damn it.
Ashley, have you seen your little old lady anymore?
It's a little old man.
Oh, I thought it was a little old lady.
He's in the back of the house. Will put, as my sister's ex died, he said, "What are all the Indians doing here?" as he died. And then Justice put, "Will people have gotten keys and lighters taken by ghosts, and military men from the first war have long hair?" Yeah.
They do. You're absolutely right. And yes, people...
That was Justice that said it, not Ashley. I don't know why I said Ashley, but Justice said that.
Okay, try this, you guys. Put something that you really, really like, not something you treasure, but something you really like and that you're involved with it every day, like a hairbrush or something like that. Try putting it somewhere, knowing where you put it, and just see if it moves. Just see. You know, a lot of times, like I said, we all lose things, but did we lose them? Or were they moved? You know, that's something that people don't think about.
See, the thing is, justice, and a lot of people don't think about that. I believe in God. I know some people don't. That's your choice. You got your choice. You do whatever you want. It's your life to live. I believe in God.
I do too.
But nowhere in the Bible, and I mean nowhere in the Bible, does it say you're going to heaven and hell when you die. It does not say that. You cannot show me one single spot in the Bible that says when you die, you're going to heaven or hell. It says he will come and raise his people from the dead when he comes back.
And
which
we will
means,
all be tried.
which means you don't go to heaven or hell when you die. You have to go somewhere when you die.
So where are you?
It's not heaven or hell because he come back and raise the people from the dead, which means you have to go somewhere.
Now, I will tell you guys this because this happened to me and this is a true story. My aunt hit a tree with me and some of my siblings in the car. And we hit a tree at 85 miles an hour. And we all got took to the hospital. And they were so crowded, they had us in the hallway, on gurneys in the hallway. And I'm not kidding you guys. I promise you, because we don't say things that aren't true. I was laying in the hallway, and I looked down the hallway, and then all of a sudden, I was on the top of the ceiling, looking down at my own body. It freaked me out so bad because I knew my soul was leaving me. And all of a sudden it was like a whoosh, and I was back to me and I passed out. That really happened to me. You know, we don't know why things happen, but maybe God just wasn't ready for me yet. You know, can I say I've seen the white light? No.
Because you didn't get to that point.
I didn't get to the point.
Yeah,
I was on.
yet. You were going that way.
I was going there. But then it was like all of a sudden I was back in my body and I passed out.
Yeah.
You know, so people who say that other people that hasn't happened to, I beg your pardon. It happened to me. So yes, I do believe that. I was leaving my body and I was looking at myself, you know, on the ceiling, looking at myself. And then all of a sudden I was back in my body and I passed out. So I don't know if we're supposed to remember them kind of things or if God says, nope, I'm not ready for you yet, go back. We don't know.
We don't know. Really, nobody knows what happens when you die. You can only theorize what you think happens when you die, because nobody knows.
That's true. I'm just telling you, that's a scenario. Then it was like a few years later, I had to have this surgery, and it was in Washington Hospital down here. And I had my knee operated on and my wrist. And I was totally freaking out, you guys, because after the experience of seeing myself looking down at myself, you know, it stays in your mind whether you bring it up every day or not. It stays there. It's in your mind. They took me in to do my surgery on my wrist and my knee. And they bring you out to the recovery room. And I had this intern. He was a young gentleman, you know, the ones that come in and take care of you and stuff. But he was an intern. He was doing doctor stuff, you know, an intern. And I looked at him and I said, thank you, Jesus. I don't, you know, you're out of it anyway. and the gentleman looked at me. Instead of putting me down, or you know how some people do when you're in a hospital, they'll put you down or something like that. This guy said, he was very kind, still gives me cold chills. He said, I'm not Jesus, but what will I do? You know, and that just, it made my day. You know, because a lot of people don't believe in stuff like that, but you know, sometimes the things we go through in our normal lives stick with us, you know, and it's nice to share them with other people because it does happen, you guys. You have to be open to all of these things because it does happen.
Yeah, but some people don't believe.
Not to everyone.
So if you don't believe it, you're not going to see it. That's how I feel.
That's why I say.
Ashley put, yeah, I see him a lot, just never see his face.
You know, I wonder why you don't see their faces.
Like this shadow I seen on the wall was the closest I've ever come to seeing a ghost's face.
Excuse me.
Like I've never seen one till then. Like, and I didn't see his face. I just seen a dark outline of his face. I didn't see his face.
Well, I'd like to know, like I said, because
you gotta let me catch up. There's a whole lot. Let me catch up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, the dead in Christ will rise first, and then Justice put, I close the door and come back to find it open at the old house. It always makes me wonder. We'll stop there for a second because tell them the door story. Because some of these people don't know the door story.
This was like a couple of weeks ago, you guys. And up to you if you didn't know about it.
We will catch up with your posts, guys. Just Mom likes to talk a lot when she's on the live.
Anyways, I was sitting in the front room, and just, you know, you're doing your own thing, you're minding your own business. And I look up and my door's open to my bedroom, and I'm like, that don't happen.
This door's hard to open.
This door doesn't open by itself. It just doesn't. And I'm not talking a crack, a smidgen, or anything like that. I'm talking the door was wide open. And I'm like, nobody went in there because I would have seen them. I could see my bedroom door from where I'm sitting, so I knew nobody had went in there. So I get up, I shut the door. I go, I sit back down. Next thing I know, the door's open again. I came and got Danny because I was like, Danny, my door does not open. And a lot of times when you grab the handle, you have to jimmy it a little bit.
And push it real hard to open it.
You know? And yet this door opened twice by itself, and I'm like, no, I'm going after Danny. And Danny asked me, Mom, are you sure? Sure, I'm sure, son. That door don't open. And it's opened a couple of times since then.
Well, it opened right after I went into the front room. Like, we're in there talking. She shut it. She showed me it was shut. And we're talking, and she's telling me what happened. And I'm like, I turn around, I was like, the door's open.
Yep, he said that.
She goes, what? We just shut it. I was like, your door's open. She's like, no. I was like, no, it's open.
Yeah.
And
well, Donna comes here. Donna knows that door never opened. And here lately, I don't know what it is about my room. Maybe it's because it used to go up to the upstairs.
Bye, Patricia.
Here.
Patricia's leaving.
Bye, Patricia. Thank you for joining us. But, yeah, when you go into my room, I think it used to be a hallway at one time.
It wasn't a hallway. It was the stairs.
Yeah, but I think that was the hallway. But you could go upstairs. Yeah,
this house.
Left your coats and stuff in the.
Yeah, this house used to be a 2-story house, but the top floor burnt. So when the top floor burnt, they took that part off and then added on my room and the dining room and my closet and the laundry room were all added on in 2007, I think.
Yeah.
And the rest of the house
instead of being on top of the house, They made it all level.
Yeah, so.
But it could be somebody coming down from the upstairs that's still here in their world, but not in ours, But you can still see where the stairway is in the closet. Danny will have to show you guys one day. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, you can see a couple of the steps. You can't.
Yeah.
The stairway ain't there anymore, but there's a couple of steps that are still there.
Yes.
Okay, so let me find. Justice put. If I missed something, guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with it and talk also. Justice put. Some crossover earthbound and come back in a new life. Some remember their old lives. Others don't. We will never know until you leave this earth. Exactly. I was just giving you my opinion of what I think could happen.
And maybe some people don't want to come back right away, you guys, so they are in this like time or dimension.
Yeah.
And we see them out of the corners of our eyes or something.
Okay, you gotta let me catch up. There's a lot.
We don't know.
We're way behind. Will put, I fell out of a tree and was a few feet from my body and seen my whole short life at once. Same time.
God bless
weird.
You.
And
it's a weird feeling, isn't it?
Patricia put, I just go with what the good book says. Many see the physical body when their soul leaves and then come back. And
that's true too, Patricia.
Oh shit. I just jumped. Actually put, I bet the ghosts think we are ghosts. Laughing out loud. I wonder if we scare them when we walk around. It's a possibility.
That's a good thought,
it's also
actually.
a possibility that
maybe they feel like we're invading them.
It's also a possibility that we're the ghosts and they're the real people. We don't know.
We don't know what happens in that other dimension, and we don't know because we haven't passed over yet. So we don't know. And
I'm going to read all these real quick, and then we'll talk about them. Because there's a lot. I want to get everybody's posted. Squirrel put, right before my uncle passed, he said he saw and heard angels singing. And Patricia put, just before my sister died, she told us in the room she has to go with Jesus now. She coded and could not be reincarnated or resuscitated. I miss her daily.
Oh.
And then, you guys are fine. I'm still trying to groom my furry babies. Okay, so she's still brushing her babies. Ghosts or demons, fallen angels that have roamed earth since the beginning of time. It's biblical.
It's biblical, yeah.
My grandma said she had a warm feeling and she tried to wake him up. He told her about the angels, and then she said she could see the shine leave his eyes, and then he passed. And then Patricia put, gotta help my mom, so Patricia had to leave. Okay, that's where we're at. I missed a lot of comments. I'm sorry, guys. If you want to post a comment again, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up, but it keeps jumping. So if I missed your comment, just put it again.
My ex-mother-in-law, and this happened to you guys. I wouldn't tell you anything that's not truthful and didn't happen in my life. And I'm sharing it with you. But my ex-husband had come to me and said, my mom's not going to make it much longer. Would you go to the hospital with me? And out of respect for him, I thought, I'll go to the hospital with him. And that way I could drive him because this was his mother. So
I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at the comment.
So we go into her room, and the children are sitting there. And she was talking to the angels. She was asking, because it was like an hour before she passed. And she was asking them what they were doing there. So I knew in my own mind, even though she had glanced at me, I knew she was seeing something else because I could tell by the gloss over in her eye. She wasn't seeing me. She was seeing angels.
Or something.
Or maybe somebody who had come to take her home. But she had asked just straight up, "What are you doing here?" And at first I thought she was talking to me. But she just kept talking randomly.
But it could have been her mother,
yeah,
or her father, or somebody that she hasn't seen in decades.
I really believe that on your journey to wherever we go, that you are met by loved ones. That I do believe, because I've just seen too many things that they're amazing, and that we have no explanation of why things happen. But I mean, it's like somebody who's totally dying, and yet they're talking to people that's not even there. Because you're looking around the room and everybody's just sitting there, and you're like, well, who are they talking to? So they have to be seeing something. So I'm just saying, it does happen. And if you're ever in that situation, you may hear somebody say, "What are you doing here?" And it might be because they came to take that person home and to make them feel secure in leaving the earth. So we never know. Hopefully none of you have to ever go through anything like that, but it does happen.
Justice put Ed and Loran, hopefully that's how it's pronounced, Warren, has a channel their son-in-law owns. I would recommend it. What's it about, Justice?
Yeah, what's it about?
And then Squirrel put, laughing out loud, I said Gobble came back as a dirty weasel.
Danny was telling me about church.
You gotta tell me what you're talking about.
He was just pulling me into what was going on
That's
tonight,
a lot of
because
shit.
he keeps me clued in to him. And I have to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Danny. If my son Danny was rich, and I mean this, if he was rich, I would never take a dime from him. Never. As his mother, I would not do that.
I'm not rich now, and she doesn't take a dime from me, and she's lived with me for almost 11 years.
So I just wouldn't do that. Now this is something, and it's kind of funny, and it's way off of what we're talking about. Let me get Donna's
post out real quick, because this is the one I missed, apparently.
Okay.
I said he will come to get his people on Judgment Day.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay, now you can say
that is absolutely true. But this is how bad I am about things, because I was talking to Danny about it again tonight, and every once in a while I bring it up to Danny. We're here in the house together. He buys groceries, I buy groceries, we get groceries. But I'll still go in the kitchen and I'll think when I'm looking, oh, you can't have that, Anna, because we may want to have that on a different day. I won't touch it, you guys. I won't. And Danny tells me I'm silly.
I'm sorry, but if I go in there in the kitchen, I don't give a fuck whose it is. If it's in there and I want to eat it, I want to eat it.
But see, I won't.
And she should. She pays for half the freaking food.
And he tells me that all the time. Mom, why you do? And I'm always like, well, what if I eat too much? Or
holy crap, what are you going to eat? 3 bites?
What if I'm making a pig of myself or something?
What are you going to eat? 4 bites?
I have days that I do.
Oh my gosh, she doesn't eat nothing, guys. Don't let her lie to you.
I have days.
She doesn't have days.
But
like what I eat in a day, she probably eats in a week.
Sometimes I overdo it. But Yeah, so I'm saying anybody who would steal from their child, or even a child that would steal from their parent. Good grief, you guys! It takes 2 seconds to ask. Ask for it. Don't take it. Good grief! If there's something even in the kitchen, and I'll say, "Oh, Danny, you got this or this or this. Can I have one?" And he'll say to me, Danny always says to me, "Mom, let me make sure there's no strawberry in it." And he'll go and check it. And then if I can't have it, like the kisses the other day that you sent over, Donna, I wanted some so bad. And I just seen Hershey's Kisses. I didn't see anything else. That's all I seen. So I came in and I asked Danny because that's just how I am. I asked, Danny, can I have some of the Kisses in there? And he said, oh, Mom, you better let me check them. I think there's strawberry in them. And I'm glad he did, and I'm glad I didn't take any because it was strawberry. And I can't have strawberry because I'm allergic to it. So, sometimes you have to say, no, you can't have that, but it's for a good reason, but...
We'll put off subject, kind of. Okay, well, I know this is like you're just becoming part of the channel, Will. When we do these lives, there's no subject. You can change the subject whenever you want to. You guys want to change the subject, that's fine. We're not set on one thing. We're set on whatever the hell we want to talk about. But we'll put off subject, kind of. But I had eye doctor explain how the eye works. It's crazy, like a movie. Hold on. Like a movie screen, laughing out loud, are glasses. And then Justice put, there's ghost hunters before the. They're ghost hunters. That's who that person. What we asked about that channel before the dead. And then
ghost hunters.
Donna was asking Ashley something, and then we'll put. We could be in a simulation movie screen on eyelids, laughing out loud, waiting for God to pull the Google glasses off and say, yeah, with me or not, laughing out loud. Well, we could be. You never know.
We don't know. My sister, my oldest sister, she just recently passed.
Smiley said thank you and gave us $9.99.
Oh, God bless you.
Thank you, Smiley.
That does help keep us on. And Danny does get on and talk with you guys a lot. I only get on every once in a while because
don't take this wrong. You guys do not have to send me money. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But as long as you press the like button, I'm good there. I'm not going to turn your money away. If you guys want to share, I will. I do appreciate it. But
and
you don't.
Use it for this.
Don't have to do it. But every penny you guys send me through YouTube, I use on my YouTube.
Yes, he does. It is used to give you guys the content that you want.
Like driving, different stuff I do, but I do appreciate it. Thank you.
That's very kind.
That's awesome.
Very, very kind. Donna, are you still on?
Yeah, she was on. She said, oh, sorry, Anna. I don't know what she said, oh, sorry, Anna, for, but she did.
Okay, this is for Donna. Donna, the next...
It said... We'll put, it's not your money. It's not your money, Mom's.
You sent it to me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so kind.
Well, she won't get it till next month.
You're so kind. Thank you so much.
It takes a little bit to go through.
Thank you so much. I told Danny he should do a GoFundMe so I can get my eyes done.
Yeah. The eye surgery's cheap now, right?
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't. It's like $9,000-$10,000 to have cataracts and stuff removed. Yes, it is. It's that much.
So what's your excuse?
Scared.
I was just what? Okay. $9,000-$10,000. What's your excuse?
Scared.
Yeah.
Scared. That's a lot of it. Scared. But anyways,
Thank you, Justice.
Let me get back to Donna. Donna, the next time you're at Walmart, I need ginger, and you know what that is. And would you look and see if they have bilberry?
They don't.
But
I've looked at every Walmart.
Look again and see if they have bilberry, and then buy it for me, both of them, and send it with Keenan, and I will send the money home with Keenan. If I need something, you guys, God bless Donna, because she's still like a daughter-in-law to me, you know, and I don't go in the stores much, but if I need things, Donna will go and get exactly what I want.
I get her stuff too.
He does. No,
you just made it seem like you have to have Donna to do it.
No.
I go to town every day and do stuff for you.
No, I wasn't saying that.
But that's how some people will take what you just said.
I did not mean it that way. It did come out that way, but I didn't mean it that way.
I do a lot of stuff.
Danny does a lot for me. But when there's certain things that I want, Donna will get them for me. And she's always got my ginger for me. Always. I'm asking her to look and see if Walmart is carrying bilberry. And send it with Keenan, and I'll send the money back with Keenan.
Smiley put, wish I could do more. I don't have a Cash App. I'll work on getting one set up. I got the likes on every video. You don't have to sit.
We love your
I have Cash App, but I don't really use it. Like, if you're gonna send me money, I'd rather you do it on the live. That way I can tell you thank you personally, because if you send it to my Cash App, I can't really tell you thank you, because it just automatically goes there. Right. I'd rather you do it on here if you're going to send me money, so I can personally tell you thank you.
Right. So,
Squirrel put, I'm making some charms for Brianna. It's a secret.
Aren't you the bomb? Well, thank you. That's so kind of you.
Brianna she's been making jewelry for like about a month?
Yeah.
A little over a month.
And she's really enjoying doing it, so that's very nice of you, Squirrel. Very nice. I like kind people. You know?
How about setting up an Amazon wish list for Mom? Like, I don't know what an Amazon. I don't know what an Amazon wish list is, so I have no idea. Donna put bilberry extract of eyes. Anna.
It's for your eyes. Yes, it's bilberry.
Like, I think the only way you're gonna get it is if you order it from Walmart directly. Because I've tried at Sullivan, I've tried at Rolla, and I've tried at Cuba. None of them have it. So, but Walmart does have it, but you probably have to order it from the online store.
It's a pill form, Donna. And it's just called bilberry. bilberry.
Ashley said she's back. She had a phone call.
Hi, Miss Ashley. Oh, I hope everything's okay.
She just had a phone call. She didn't say anything was bad. Smiley put, I seen that. Just would prefer you get it and no taxes than out through the deduction of 30%. Either way,
Gotcha.
Smiley.
I understand what you're saying.
Either way is fine. You don't have to send me nothing, though, but I appreciate it. Then we could buy Mom and Donna things too. If somebody shows me how to set up an Amazon wish list, and you guys really wanted me to do one of those for Mom and Donna, somebody show me how to do it, and I'll set one up. Because I don't know. I don't mess with Amazon. I don't really care about Amazon. My daughter buys stuff from it, and I use my card to buy stuff for her if she wants something. But other than that, I don't use Amazon. Let me see.
You know, I'm really dumb because you know, when I was younger, and my children, my boys,
Well, maybe Donna will show me how to do it one day because I don't
were younger.
how to set it up.
They used to give away a lot of free stuff, and they don't do that anymore, you guys. Or if they do, I'm just not seeing it.
Justice put, have you heard of the Annabelle doll? It's real and it moves at the ED in Loraine. AINE.
Lorena?
Lorena Museum.
You know, I haven't heard of that.
Never heard of the Annabelle doll?
No.
There's a movie about the Annabelle
Does
doll.
it move or something?
Yeah, it really moves. Like it'll look like they got it in a glass thing, so you can't even touch it now because it'll just start looking at you. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I like that.
I hate dolls. Like if a doll comes in my house and runs through the house, we're fucking moving. Like I can watch ghosts, I can see anything happen, but if a fucking doll runs through my house, we are moving right then. We're out of here. We are moving out of this house right now.
We would be doing something. Because if a doll, yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, we're moving.
a moving doll? No.
My dad had this cat. This black cat.
Wicked looking
This
thing.
black cat when he was still alive. And this cat was evil looking. It was like a stuffed cat, but it wasn't a real cat. It was just made like a stuffed cat, like if you would stuff a cat, but this wasn't a real stuffed cat. But that's what it looked like, and this thing had mean teeth. The hair on this thing stuck up, and the tail in the back was straight up and down. And my dad would leave it in the front room of the house, and he'd find hair for this cat in his bathroom, in his dining room, in his bedroom.
Yeah.
And the cat was always in the front room on this shelf that he had. But the hairs from this cat were all over the house, like the cat, when he went to sleep, like the cat was walking around.
Like it was traveling
in the house. My daughters, when my father passed away, my daughter's like, we should get that cat. I was like, hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
Well, Ted used to say that if he put it on the back of his couch so it could look out the window, he said the cat would move.
Yeah, hell no.
And I'm like, and you guys, I'm telling you, it looks squatty.
I don't have a problem with ghosts, but objects that move? No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Except when it happened to my two stepsons, Nick and Brandon, which are Donna's kids. We had a Buzz Lightyear. Brandon got this Buzz Lightyear, and one night Brandon come in there in the room. He was freaking out. He's like, the doll's talking. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't have any dolls. He's like, it's in the freaking closet talking. I was like, okay. So I went in there, and it was the Buzz Lightyear, and he was going off. So I figured the batteries are getting low. So I just take the batteries out, and that'll keep him from talking, right? No. He talked a lot more once I took the batteries out. He come in like two days later. He's like, "It's talking in the closet again." I was like, "I took the batteries out of it. It can't be talking." No, it's talking. I was like, "No, it's not possible." I went in there and that damn thing was talking, and I threw it in the fucking trash. Right then, I was like, okay, this thing has no batteries in it. It's going in the trash. We've never seen that thing again. I was done. I was like,
I remember Danny and Donna both talking about that and how Brandon was so
oh my, Brandon's a big boy. He's like, what, 6'1", Donna, 6'2"? Big boy. He won't even go around a Buzz Lightyear.
At all. He wants nothing to do with
to this day, and he's 17 now, I think. Yeah, 17. And Yeah, still to this day, nope. He will not go around Buzz Lightyear. Hates Buzz Lightyear. Doesn't want to talk about Buzz Lightyear. Don't even want to know anything about Buzz Lightyear.
Things like that happen. I remember with my aunt when I was a young teenager. It was me and my sister and my aunt, and we were having a seance, and you guys, these things, I don't know how you guys feel, but Ouija boards are not something to mess with. Let me just say that.
Brandon is Donna's son, but even though we're not married anymore, I still consider Brandon and Nick my stepkids. So that's Donna's son, but my stepkids still, even though we're not married.
Yes. But like I said, we're having a seance one night, my aunt and my sister and me, and we had the Ouija board out. Now my aunt wanted to talk to my grandfather, her daddy. So she was like, you know how
I got a PO box, so people wouldn't get my address anyway.
So you know how they have the little, they look like heart-shaped things to me, you know, but the magnifying glass on them, you know, and they move. You keep your hands on them and stuff. Stuff started happening at the house when my aunt was trying to call up her dad. And the shutters started banging on the house and the doors and everything just started rattling and shaking and everything. And I told my aunt, I said, I'm scared. Let's not do this. You know, something's wrong. Something's wrong. It was like my aunt was in a trance. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Don't do this. And I told my sister, I said, let's put out the candles. And we poured ice. I even told my kids about this when I was younger. We poured ice on the candles. And the ice went right through the candle wax. Didn't touch the candles. They stayed lit and everything. I'm telling you guys, don't mess with Ouija boards. Don't be doing that stuff. That's like, there's something evil there.
Yeah, Squirrel put, yeah, I gathered some stuff. Yeah, I got some stuff gathered up from my crafting stash. I'm going to Hobby Lobby tomorrow, hopefully to salvage the clearance section. And then Donna put, I found it on Amazon. I can order it for you, Anna. So she's going to order the stuff for you.
The bilberry and the ginger, or are you going to get the ginger at Walmart?
Either way, Donna. Just let me know when it comes in and I'll bring the money to you.
You know I'm good for the money.
Yes, nobody will. I already read that. Oh, it just bounced. So I probably. Hold on, guys. It bounced down, so I don't want to miss everybody's comments.
Sometimes, you know, you guys, I feel like getting on, and sometimes I don't. But I'll tell you what, when I'm not with you guys and talking to you, I wonder what all of you guys are up to. I'm like, what's going on in their life? You know, how are their kids?
Okay.
How's their parents?
Here,
how's their spouses?
I'm gonna read all these comments, guys, and then we'll talk, because I don't want to keep missing them like I am. I know I'm missing a lot, and I'm sorry about that, guys. It's hard to keep up. I need to know how many MGs that you want, Anna. How many megagrams? Milligrams.
In the bilberry?
Yeah. We cut Danny out of the money, Will said.
I'm not really
Smiley
sure. Just give me the lowest that they have.
Get her the one above the lowest they have.
Okay, above the lowest
because the lowest is going to be like 50 milligrams. You're going to want to be above that. Smiley put, or if we want to buy something for the kids, animals, again, I'm new, so I don't know everything yet, but I'm here to support the whole family. Thank you, Smiley.
Aw, thank you so much.
If a doll comes running through my house, the whole thing is getting burnt down.
I don't know if
Justice,
I burn the house.
No, I'll sell my house. I'm done.
I want to catch that.
We're moving. The second a doll comes through my house, we're out this bitch.
You think about Chucky? Come on, you guys.
No, I don't give a fuck if it's the little bitty fucking those little green micro things that are in Toy Story. Those little green army characters.
Yeah, they look funny. They look like a.
If one of those run through my house, I'm still moving. Like, if a ghost runs through my house, I'm good. If a doll or any kind of other thing runs through my house, I'm moving the hell out.
There you go. Yeah. If I see a doll, and we've heard kids here playing.
Ashley put, I have one of my pages for the goats. I can help you. Okay, Ashley. Yes, I want to support the strong woman in my life. That's awesome. Donna put, I need to know how many. Oh, we already did that. I saw it move on camera and it scared. I saw it move on camera and it scared me. What moved on camera? That's so funny. That's when you draw the line, dolls. Yeah, dolls draw the line. Like, if a snake comes through this house, my mom's moving out.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Dolls, I'm gone. I'm not. No. If, like, my mom's mother's carousel, it will play over there sometimes by itself. Doesn't bother me at all. Like, the carousel will play. Like, one time I brought it out of here into the room, in the front room, because my mom's like, nah, it's not playing. You're kidding, right? This is right after, like,
well,
couple of months after,
one day for you guys.
Like, a couple of months after her mother passed.
Yeah.
We brought it to the house. It's my favorite item. Like, that I got from her mother.
Oh, it's an antique.
It's my favorite item. And so we had it for like 4 or 5 days, and then all of a sudden I had it in my closet, and I kept hearing something playing music, and I was like, what the fuck is playing music? I don't have nothing in here that should just automatically play music. And I was like, what is that noise I keep hearing? And I went in there, I figured it out. The thing was playing music. I thought maybe something bumped it, or because sometimes you can bump those things and they'll play for a couple seconds.
Right.
And I was like, but no, it just kept playing and playing and playing. And I was like, I went and told Mom, I was like, your mom's
speaking to
thing is making music and it's not stopping. And she's like, no. So
There's no batteries in it.
They don't come with batteries. They're wind up. It's a wind up. But so I brought it in there and I sit it on the table with Mom. And those things, if you wind them all the way up, last maybe 5-10 minutes. This thing stayed on for over an hour. Like, it was in there with my mom playing for over an hour.
It just kept going.
I was like, they shouldn't last that long. Even if you wind them all the way up, they should last 10 minutes maybe. No, it lasted for a whole hour. It's my favorite. Like, I will never get rid of it. It's like, we got a lot of stuff from Mom's mom that we're going to get rid of. It's better for us to sell it and make some money than to get thrown in the trash.
Right.
But this item will go to my kids. It's
amazing.
Like, I'll show it to you.
And then it'll probably start playing, because the last time Danny showed the light and he picked it up, it started playing by itself. There it goes.
I bumped it. If you bump it, it'll play a little bit. But I'll wind it up a little bit so you guys can hear it.
This is definitely an antique.
This thing is hand painted. Like, whoever did it, it's all hand painted. Like, it's beautiful. Like, this is my favorite item from my grandmother, so I will never get rid of this. But she loved horses.
Oh yeah.
That was her favorite thing.
She collected them. So I think it's my mother's way of saying that she's watching over us. I really do. And you know, I love my mother. I did everything I could.
You know what's crazy about the year that my grandmother passed away? So it was 2020 when this happened. My dad died 10 days into 2020. 10 days into 2020. My grandmother, my mom's mom, died 10 days before the end of 2020.
That's true. It was a very trying year for us.
Yeah, it was.
Very
And then
trying.
the C word happening that year also. That year was a bad year for almost everybody in the world, but really bad for us.
Yes. Yes. It was just was not a good year. And it was very odd that Ted passed away 10 days in and my mom passed away 10 days out. So yeah, it was an excruciating, painful year.
I keep a baby clown on my porch like the movie Saw. No porch pirates at all.
Always telling Donna
always
that.
keep something like that so people can see. Keep porch pirates away for real. The Saw movie is one of my favorite. Like, I see every Saw movie except the last one in theaters. Like, I don't go to the movies because they're stupidly priced. Like, if Donna's gonna pay for it or Donna's mom or something, which they do,
Danny's going.
I'm going to the movies. But if I'm paying for it, it better be something I want to watch. Like, I watched all the Saw movies in theater except the last one. Awesome movie.
Oh, it just.
I like doll movies. Like, I'll watch them. Like Chucky. I'm cool.
You know, I look at that little doll Chucky
Like,
doll, and that kind of makes me nervous.
They don't scare me to watch the movies. But if I fucking see one, we're moving.
Now, see, I have a doll head at my house. Ted had, which is Danny's dad. When him and I were together, Ted brought me home a doll. And it was from probably like 1890. I mean, it was a unique doll. And
Just a second. Smiley put, oh honey, I'm scared of all of it. The wind, the dolls, etc. I'm running fast in the other way.
I'll be with you.
All right, now you can tell about the doll.
But Ted had got me this doll. And
I think that came from the Madrid.
I loved it. I loved this doll. It was from like the 1890s. It had a wooden head, but it was they had shined it up so much, you know, with the different paint and stuff that they had put on this doll. And the body had like, it wasn't like, not styrofoam, but you know, that
hard glass, like
foam stuff. It was like
a plexiglass, but harder.
It was weird.
Yeah.
And the head came off of the doll. And to this day, you guys, I still have that head at my house. And I'm telling you what, my kids don't want nothing to do with it because of the eyes. And
she told me, like, we went and got a bunch
where the tongue is.
We went and got a bunch of stuff from her house, like, a couple of years, like 2 years ago now. And she's like, I'm gonna bring that. No, you're not. No, we need to. You need to. We're gonna bring it to that. No.
The boys were so petrified of this doll.
I don't know.
I mean,
I got my grandmother's dolls, like my mom's dolls, are in my mom's bedroom. You know why they're in my mom's bedroom? I can't see them in there.
That's true too. That's true too. But yeah, Ted had got me this doll, and the body finally gave out. You know, from 1890s and nowadays, you know, they rot and stuff like that. But I kept the head because it was so unique and it's made out of wood, you know. But the eyes looked real, and the tongue had like a foam stuff on it that they didn't make, you know, even when I was a kid. So it was a weird doll. It must have come from overseas or something. But yeah, Danny didn't want that doll head.
Yeah, so Smiley, I have a daughter that's not Donna's kid, and me and Donna have a kid together, and then Donna has 2 boys with 2 different people. So altogether, there's 4 kids. But
we claim
all of them have different parents.
We claim them all. Because they're all fantastic.
But yes, even though I'm not married, I still treat Brandon and Nick, which are her kids, I still treat them like they're my kids. Like, I was there for them for a lot of years. All these years. I still there for them. So, yeah.
You know, they're just like any other teenagers and young men. You know, they do things that aren't good sometimes, and then they do things that are really good, you know.
How's it going, Rose?
Everybody has problems. Everybody has faults.
Justice put, I have a Chucky doll, and it don't move, which is good.
Ooh, I'm glad it don't move. I'm glad of that. I'm sorry.
Rose said,
I believe.
Hi, y'all. I'm driving, so can't chat much.
Oh,
she said
okay. Hi.
Uh,
Glad you joined in. We're always glad
Ashley
when you guys join in.
The girls have a couple of dolls that I got them, and the look and feel real, laughing out loud, they are freaky. Yeah, keep them the fuck out of my house.
They are freaky. Especially when you get one from 1890.
Like, I don't mind the doll if it's in the other room. But if they start walking across my floor, we're fucking moving.
See, I don't know if I can handle that. There was a toy here that Brianna had too one time that Danny took the batteries out of.
Smiley said I'd take a hammer to it.
Yeah.
Smiley said I'd take a hammer to it. Well, yeah, that was crazy.
Excuse me. I'm telling you, it's been
I'm sorry, I'm going to keep missing comments. It's just hard to keep up with. That happens.
I was going to say something and it just like, about the, whatever it was that I heard in the front room, about the like wine. I mean, has that ever happened to any of you guys? Because I really thought it was cola at first, but it was you guys, it was loud. Cola, when cola whines, he goes like that. This was extremely loud. So I went over and checked on him, went over and sat back down, and then it did it again. And I'm like, this is a new sound for here, you know, where they're making a noise that you hear. And then I also heard the like something shorting out and a timer going off, and I heard that twice, and I'm like, so this is some new stuff.
Rose put, my mother has a bunch of my grandma's porcelain dolls.
Aren't those beautiful?
No, wait till you let me finish. 2 that are all collectible and whatnot, and I don't care to keep them around much either.
Because you look at the dolls, they're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. But you feel like they follow you everywhere you go. You feel like their eyes are on you. It's just the uniqueness of the way they're made.
That doll head that my mom has is probably worth a fortune.
Oh, yeah.
It's an 40 or 1850. Something like 1840, 1850. Yeah, so it's worth a fortune. I just don't want to hear.
And you know what, you guys? I have the Furbies that cuss.
Yes, those are here. I'll bring one over here one day and let you guys listen to it, because when Furby first come out, like the first line of Furbies, some of them actually said cuss words.
They came out of the factory like that.
If you have those, they're worth a fortune. My mom has 3 of them.
I have 5.
I think some of them got stolen. I think you only got 3. She has 3 of them at least, and she has one that's originally in the original box still. Those things are worth a fortune. Maybe if I think about it, I'll bring one over here and let it cuss you guys out one day. Because that's what they do. It says.
It came out of the factory.
I can't remember what it says.
I have the duck.
Yeah, I fucked the duck. That's what they say.
And it was fun. And that's what the Furby said.
Yeah, the Furby says that.
And it came out of the factory like that. And I'm like, holy cow. When I first heard it, I thought I was hearing things. Oh, I did not hear that. Because back then I cussed. You know, and I'm like, did that just say that? Because it effed a duck? And then the other one was saying the same thing back to
Because
it.
if you,
I mean,
if,
just
you-
all
if you,
kinds of.
if you take the Furby, the new thing at the time was if you set the two Furbies in front of each other, they would talk to each other.
Uh-huh.
That's how we figured out they cuss too.
Yes. And, well, at the time I used to have 5 of them that were original. But Danny says I only have 3.
I think
I had 5.
she has like 10 of them that we took from the house when we were there. I think there's only 3 of the original ones still.
Right.
But
they're unique.
Squirrel put the old dolls are what creeped me out. The new ones not so much. And then Rose is the one that was talking about the porcelain dolls. She put they're absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yes.
But laughing out loud, not in my house.
You know they are. Ted has found a lot of porcelain dolls. You know the little ones that they used to make years and years ago, like real little ones. I didn't want him here, and he'd have like legs and arms. Remember?
See that? Like if you don't, the doll doesn't bother me if I don't see its face.
It's like I don't want that stuff. No.
Go with the 3,000, Donna. Apparently they're only 3,000 and 3,600.
Okay.
So you only want the 3,000.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Well, I'll just have to break it down.
Yeah, you have to cut them or something.
Yeah.
I have 4 still in the package that say my name.
Furbies?
And I put it away, and that's where it stays. Mine were taking some big spy toys by the Chinese. Oh, mine were taken some being spy toys by the Chinese.
Oh,
okay. That makes a little more sense. I was like, that didn't make any sense when I read the first one. That was from Justice. And Smiley put, yes, Furbies. And then Squirrel put, yep, my uncle got my cousin a white original Furby. That thing was possessed. It would wake up in the middle of the night and make weird noises. I think there was a reason they didn't give him legs.
You know, they do. I would be sleeping up at nighttime, and all of a sudden my Furbies would just go off
Start talking to each other, yeah. That happened quite often.
My kids hate
the
them.
house we grew up in was not haunted. Like, there was nothing
there.
We'd never seen anything there.
It was very peaceful, calm.
But the Furbies would talk to each other.
Yes.
Quite often.
They would just all of a sudden, up at nighttime, start talking. And it's like...
But nothing really ever happened at that house.
You know, it was really weird.
Except the 75 kids that were there all the time. Like, the whole neighborhood was always at our house.
Yep. Sure couldn't keep no snacks at my house back then. I'm telling you. I could buy a case of soda.
You could always... Smiley?
Gone in 10 minutes.
Smiley, all you got to do is change the subject. I think she's freaking her out. You could... At any time in a live that I'm doing, if it's not a Pacific live like the Ryan live earlier, we're going to talk about Ryan. But any other live that I do, there's no subject. You can change it at any time.
Usually when I come in and talk, we talk about herbs, we talk about new shampoos that are out, new soaps.
Rose put,
deodorant.
When I was a kid, my little sister had a Barney doll that would play a little jingle or whatever when you push the button, and it would go off in the middle of the damn night and scare the hell out of us.
You know, I wonder why they do that. I wonder if they're programmed to do that, or, you know, because we don't know when they make them in the factories and stuff, what they program these dolls to do.
Ashley said her Alexa talks to herself all the time, and I unplug it because it freaks me out, laughing out loud. Alexa's like...
Yeah, they tell Alexa do this, Alexa do that. It talks to itself?
Yeah, I would turn it off too.
Why?
Smiley put, oh my God, I'd be crying.
would too.
Donna said she ordered it for you.
Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You know I'm good for it.
Where is
It's supposed to be good for my eyes. So I thought I'd try it.
it? So we need to program Ashley's Alexa to order pigs. Okay, got it.
Don't do that to Ash.
I don't know how to program a fucking Alexa, but if I did, I'd order a pig for her.
You know, I heard a lot of bad things about Alexa with a lot of people, that it was picking up their banking information and their savings.
So does your computer and your TV.
And all of that.
Everything's watching
Right.
you at all times.
Right.
I mean, you ain't getting it. Like your computer's watching you, your phone's watching you, your TV's watching you. That's why
So,
they're all smart and stuff.
You guys don't be sitting around picking your nose thinking nobody's seeing you because the government's watching
I really
you.
don't give. The government ain't watching. They're not watching us. But if we do something where they need to, they can. I'm just kidding. I get scared easily. If someone robs me and my kids, my dog will lick the person. Ashley. Sorry, that was funny. Smile.
That was.
Ashley, but no, we don't. We don't need to program hers to order a pig. And then Smiley put, Donna is the queen.
Aww.
Good thing your phone doesn't read the chat, Alexa. Buy me 10 pigs. Justice put exactly. Actually put, that would make me want to pick my nose, laughing out loud. Smiley
Could
put,
you imagine though, because the government is watching us for everything, you guys.
my checking account gets hacked all the time too. That fucker keeps, the money in it just keeps going down.
And you know there's no reason for it.
No, it just keeps going down. Every time I pay a bill, it just goes down some more.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with my check? It's supposed to go up.
Yes.
Why does that fucker keep going down?
You know? And now Danny and I noticed, and this is really odd, you guys, because you remember not too long ago we were talking about electric bills. All of a sudden, Danny said ours just went plummet.
We had the cheapest electric bill.
It's
Like,
never happened to us.
In the January, February, and March.
Mhm.
The bills
Are stupid.
400, 500, and then 600.
Yep.
Those 3 months.
Yep.
This year was 300, 400, 300. I was like, what in the fuck happened?
Yeah.
Like, I'm okay with it, but I was totally shocked because we've been here for 8 years, almost 9 years,
Yeah.
and it's never changed. But this year, it did. I was like,
It plummeted, and I'm like, well, what happened here, you know? Because in the summertime, I think our bill's around 120. And that's
yeah, they're
not
nothing
bad.
in the summer. Like, my bill's cheap.
So, you know.
Squirrel said Biden happened.
Well,
You did screw
you
up.
can say that, but Trump was in there too when we were paying them high bills.
And so was Obama.
So, yeah, it's been like the last 9 years, you guys.
Yeah, the last 3 presidents have cost me a lot of money.
Yes. So I can't just say Biden on that one.
Although things were a lot cheaper on the economy when Trump was president.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, here we go.
The other day, yesterday, Danny and I was talking about how we're going to show you my cornbread way.
That's got to be this week sometime. We're going to show you how she does her Jiffy cornbread.
Yeah. So anyways, Danny and I was in the kitchen, we were talking. And I said, oh, Danny, the eggs in the fridge are bad. I said, the last time we had them, they just didn't taste good. Check the expiration date. So he checks it. 20 days out, you guys. Yeah, no wonder they didn't taste too good. So Danny has to go throw them away. And I'm sorry. Danny and I were cheap.
No, she come in, she go, because we were making a list for me to go. I'm gonna go grocery shopping tomorrow, and she's like, "Go ahead and get 18 more eggs." I was like, "I'm not doing it." She goes, "Why aren't you? We just threw away 6 eggs. You just threw $3 away. I am not getting fucking 18 eggs for us to waste $3 again." I was like, "I'll get 12 eggs."
And that's what he told me, you know, but I was like, oh my gosh, we don't have a lot of money. We don't act like we have a lot of money. We just don't, you know, we're like
we live comfortable
else.
though.
We're like everybody else, you know, we have good and bad days and everything. But if we have to throw away food, we get upset.
Yeah, she come in, I come in and she goes, "Go ahead and get 18 eggs." I said, "That's not happening, Mom."
He didn't tell me
she's
that.
like, "Why is that?" I was like, "We just threw away $3." Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
That $3 could buy me 3 teas.
Well. So, yeah, we were both pretty upset that we had to throw out eggs because they're so stupidly priced.
Like 18,
everything's so stupid.
Our egg prices have went down here recently, so that's kind of good, but freaking, they're still like 18 eggs is like $6. Like,
that's still pretty high. I remember going to Walmart when Danny's father was still living, and I would go with him because...
Good night, Donna.
Because we worked...
Donna's leaving.
Good night, Miss Donna. Because I worked at the shop with Ted, you know, and...
It'd be probably way cheaper, Smiley. Go ahead. Go ahead.
One day, and this is true. Now, and I'm not kidding you, when I tell you Danny's dad had money, the man had money.
He wasn't rich, but he lived comfortably.
Oh, yes. But anyways, we went into the thrift store in St. James. Now, Ted is one of these people, if something's sitting there and it says free, take it, he wouldn't do it, you guys. He would say, when you're getting you that, give me a couple too. One day we went in the thrift store and they had eggs. And I'm talking like this, just big old things of eggs, you know, in their little crates and stuff. So I thought, well, we had Billy. Billy used to eat a lot more than me, Danny, and Brianna. And so I got 3 eggs for us, and there was 24 in the crate thing.
This is probably going to be the last story, guys, because I got to make my videos and use the bathroom, so.
So I got 3 of them for Danny and Bree and Billy and I. Well, Ted smacks me. Get 2 for me. I'm looking around, you know, I'm like, get 2 for me. He wouldn't do it, but he would put me up to it, you know. And so I got him 2. I took him out, I put him in the van, and I came back in, and they also had onions and potatoes and stuff like that. And they were just giving it away to anybody who wanted it. Anybody who walked off the street. If you wanted it, you could have it, you know. And I asked the lady if I could have some onions and some potatoes. Yeah, go ahead, take it. So I took a 10-pound bag of potatoes and a little 3-pound bag of onions. Well, here I get a slap again. Get 1 for me. And here I am looking like a total hoarder. Like I had to have it all, you know, like I was going to take everything off the shelf. And the ladies and the gentlemen that were there, it didn't faze them at all. Somebody was taking it. They didn't care. But I was so embarrassed because instead of Danny's dad helping me, he would smack me in the arm, get me 1 too. Smack me again, get me 1 too. You know, oh my gosh.
Said she uses a lot of coupons.
And I'm telling you, it was funny. It was really funny, but he did that to me all the time when we went into a place and they were giving something away free, instead of getting it himself, he'd smack me to get it for him.
Okay, so
So,
not trying to be rude, guys, but we're gonna go ahead and end it. We've already been on for 2 hours.
really?
Yeah, 2 hours.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I have
5 minutes.
enjoyed it so much. I mean,
So now's the time
you
to say
guys
bye.
you guys totally rock. You just make my day, and your stories are wonderful. I love it that everybody can have their own opinion and still get along. Even though we may disagree, we still get along, and that's what it's all
Ashley
about.
said, "Night, Mom. Have a good rest of your night."
Oh, thank you, Miss Ashley.
Justice,
You too.
Justice said good night.
Good night, Miss Justice.
Squirrel said good night.
Good night, Squirrel. You guys are the bomb. I mean, you just absolutely make my day with your stories. I just love it. And then remember,
Will
you
said
guys.
good night.
Remember, you guys.
Smiley said good night.
Oh.
We had a lot of people on. We get a lot of new people tonight too.
You guys just. My motto is treat others the way you'd like to be treated. So be kind. You know, kindness comes back to us. Be kind. It doesn't cost you a penny to be nice.
All right,
Be
guys.
honest and truthful.
Mom, I will sit here and talk for another hour, and I have to use the bathroom, so we are going to let you go. Good night, Rose.
Good night, everybody.
So you guys all have a great night, and
I'll be back, and if there's something you guys want to talk about or you want me to research, leave it in the
yeah,
comments.
just leave me a
for
comment,
Danny,
and she'll look it up.
and I'll look it up and see if I can find out whatever information you need to know. The John Benet was the main thing on mine. I'm wanting updates on Summer Wells. If there's anybody that
There's
knows
not
anything
any.
about that, next time maybe we can talk about updates on Summer Wells.
Okay, she'll keep talking. So we're gonna go, guys. I have to use the
Okay.
bathroom. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night. I have to use the bathroom. So.